First, be sure each nasal passage is open by then pressing one side of nose and asking patient by sniff through other and one of the patient nostril occluded. Aromatic familiar substance like coffee, vanilla, cinnamon. Ask a patient to detect smell and identify them. The patient will identify them if the patient health is correct. For detecting a lesion in the anterior and posterior visual pathway, perform static finger wiggle test. Ask the patient to look with both eyes into your eyes and then start getting your wiggling fingers towards the patient's central vision. And now ask the patient to tell your as soon as he sees the finger movement, map out maximum lateral extent of the left and right monocular vision fields. And now test for the cranial nerve 3, 4, 6 together. Now check for the extraocular movements in the 6 cardinal direction of case and look for conjugate movements in the in and of the 6 directions which causes diplopia, and now ask the patient if any direction makes diplopia worse. Determine if diplopia is monocular or binocular by asking the patient to cover one eye or perform cover or uncover test. And now test for the convergence and ask the patient to look at your fingers and ask him to look wall behind you. You clearly observe patient eye movement and now identify any nystagmus movement, involuntary jerking of eyes with quick and slow complaints. Note its direction of gaze, plane of nystagmus and direction, and also look for patient sources for which he is seen in the place of and now cranial nerve 5 trigeminal. To palpate the muscles of the temporal and masseter, ask the patient to clench the teeth. Note the strength of the muscle contraction and ask him move the jaw from side to side. To test the sensory portion of the trigeminal nerve, explain your patient how you are going to assess for the pain. With the patient eye closed, test for the pain sensation using a sterile end of the broken cotton swab stick and some other sharp object to stimulate the patient's forehead and cheeks at the points indicated. Occasionally substitute the dull end for the sharp one as you test scattered areas. Compare the symmetrical areas on both sides of it, and now prepare fine wisp of cotton for testing the light touch. Using this wisp of cotton, ask the patient to respond whenever you are going to touch the skin. And now prepare a fine wisp of cotton. Approach the patient from side out of his line of vision and lightly touch the cornea with cotton. Repeat the same with the other eye as well. Normally patient eye will blink and tear. Now test for cranial nerve 7 facial nerve. For this test, insert the patient face at rest and also during conversation. Note any kind of asymmetry and look for tick or any other involuntary movements. Next, ask the patient to show his teeth. Close his eyes so tightly so that you can't open them. And now ask the patient to open his eyes and wrinkle his forehead and also ask him to tense his muscles. Normally patients can do these maneuvers quite easily. Now assess hearing with whispered voice test. For whispered test, stand 2 feet behind the patient and now gently rubbing his triggers, whisper few words or letters and ask him to repeat them. If hearing loss is present, determine whether it is conducting or sensory. And now test for air and bone conduction by using Weber test. First, set the tuning fork in a vibratory mode and ask the patient whether the sound heard is same in both the ears or not. And now test for the lateralization using Rene test. Set the vibratory fork press, set the vibratory fork and place it on mastoid bone and ask the patient to tell you when the sound stops. And immediately place tuning fork in front ear perpendicularly. And now for cranial nerve 9 and 10. For this, ask the patient to say ah or yarn as you observe the soft palate in the pharynx. Generally, soft palate should rise promptly and symmetrically, and uvula should remain the midline, and each side of the posterior pharynx most medially, like as a curtain. And now warn the patient that you are going to check for gag reflex, which consists elevation of the tongue and soft palate, and constriction of laryngeal muscles. Stimulate the back of the throat lightly. Note the gag reflex normally. Many healthy people have diminished gag reflex. Trainer 11 Spanlaxino from behind ask the patient to shrug his shoulders upward against your hands. During this maneuver, evaluate the strength and contraction of trapezius muscle. And now from in front of the patient, ask him to turn his head against your hands. Repeat this other side as well. Observe the contraction of opposite sternocleidomastoid muscle and notice the folds of the movement against your hand. Trainer 12 hypoglossal. Listen for the articulation of words from patient mouth and now inspect the patient's tongue as it lies on the floor of the mouth. Observe its atropine and fasciculation when the other often seen in the normal tongue, and note any kind of asymmetry or any deviation from midline. And now ask the patient move tongue side to side and note the movement.